多倫多冬天唔係人咁品，最凍嘅月份平均只係得-8度咋。冬天平均一個月有足10日都會落雪嘅，所以揀邊件冬天褸着真係一門高深嘅學問。咩牌子好呢？咩款好呢？咩質料咩內膽最適合？係咪加拿大人個個都有件 Canada Goose 啊？喂，Hello，我係 Maria，住咗喺多倫多有差唔多22-23年啦，我都有自己嘅心水冬天褸。不過，與其我淨係一個人話你知，不如我哋去街訪一下當地嘅人，睇下佢哋點講。Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. My name is Maria. What's yours?
My name is Matthew.
What do you think about today's weather? Is it cold? Is it not too cold?
It's getting cold. I think it's not as cold as it should be. We live in Toronto. I think it's supposed to be like more snow and a little bit colder at this time of the year.
Well, the only thing that's missing is some snow on the ground. But usually this is kind of like the cold weather we would get. Windy, dry, cold. And then the only thing that's missing is snow. That's about it. But yeah, this is pretty typical.
How do you feel today? Is it cold?
It's really, really cold today.
So for today's weather, what kind of outfits or jackets are you preparing or wearing right now?
This is my usual jacket, so I just have a Franken Oak, but I have another layer underneath, which is down, I guess, thermal layer.
Okay.
It's by Muji.
Okay, so how much are those two jackets?
No, I think it's pretty regular. So my Franken Oak, if I remember correctly, it's about like $400. The Muji one, I don't remember, maybe like $100 or something.
Okay, nice, nice. So it sounds like you have the layering game going on in Toronto, which is perfect because, as we know, the heat in Toronto on the inside is pretty good, right? So what are you wearing today?
So this is a Soya and Kyo. I think I might pronounce the name wrong, but that's a brand.
Right. Yeah, I've heard of this brand before. Like their style tend to be more minimalistic, and almost it's got like a touch of Asian minimalistic, aesthetic to it, right? Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. My favorite part is actually the hood.
Oh,
It's really big, covers the wind.
Right. Very, very cozy.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it looks super cute too. Like how it's like little bubbly. What else do you think that is special about this brand?
It's long. It's double zipper, so there's a zipper here,
that's nice.
inner zipper,
Right.
and then there's an outer zipper as well too.
In terms of keeping you warm, do you think it's enough for this kind of weather, or does it last you for, let's say, the whole winter in Toronto?
Yeah, this one does. Yeah, this one's
Okay.
good. It's good for all weather. It does get hot though, so I do sweat sometimes when it's a little warmer.
This is usually what I wear during late fall, early winter a bit. If there's no snow outside,
Right.
this is it's a wool coat.
Right.
Wool coat, and then if it's snowing, then I usually have like a big parka for those
Right.
kind of weathers. Right now, because it hasn't snowed yet, yes. But if it was snowing outside, I'd be wearing something much longer with scarves and big hoods and everything
Yeah.
like that.
Okay, I'm wearing a Canada Goose clothes.
Mine's from Eurasia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It always kept me warm and it looks nice.
For this year, like Toronto is pretty warm, I think.
Yeah.
So I think this one is like prettier than Canada Goose, like more style, like more official, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Today I have my winter jacket on. It's a Nobis.
Nobis buddy, we found one! Yay! So what do you like about Nobis? Well, what do you like about this jacket?
I like that it's quite warm. It's a little bit longer. Nobis has been pretty good in terms of social causes as well as giving back to the community. And I can wear a t-shirt underneath this
Yeah.
and still be pretty warm in today's weather.
Yeah, I can prove him right because I'm also just wearing a short sleeve t-shirt inside. Yeah. So yeah, we are well prepared for Toronto's weather. So what are you wearing today?
I'm wearing a Guess jacket. It's actually cost $300, but I just bought it. My budget was $300, so I bought it for winter. And I'm wearing the Versace shirt. I have a party later, so I don't know. We'll see what's going on.
Wow, very nice, very nice. Is it enough to keep you warm?
Yeah, it's actually I'm hot, so I don't need jacket to wear to make me warm. So
You're born hot and ready. There you go.
I know.
So is there any other brands that you like in your closet besides this one maybe?
I think I want a brighter color one, so I'll be interested in more like a Canada Goose, like a colorful, brighter one, just to spark it up a little bit.
Right, yeah, a little more sporty, right? Like Canada Goose, I find.
For me, if it was snowing outside, Canada Goose. That's a classic. I have Moose Knuckle as well. And when it comes to lighter jackets like this, Aritzia makes some really good ones.
Right.
This one is Max Mara, but it keeps me very, very warm. But usually those are the typical brands.
I mean, there's the common ones like Canada Goose, and then for more like athletic for snowboarding and skiing, I have a Columbia as well for that.
Right.
As long I'm warm, as long I get gills with my jacket, I'm okay, I don't have to show around because I'm not that, But actually I have a lot of gills, but I don't need to wear jacket to get gills, So my dad owns a condo, so
好，不如我哋又拉下導演出嚟講下，佢今日着嗰件褸咧，其實都好值得講嘅，係咪 catch 嚟嘅？導演過嚟，好訪問下你先，係 hello， 導演叫 Jessie 啊 ，Jessie 你好
Hi，hello， 你好 ，Maria。
咁不如講下你今日着嘅係咩褸同埋咩牌子啊？
係咁啊，今日我着呢件叫做 Mackash 啦，咁佢就係嚟自一個加拿大嘅 Montreal 嘅一個品牌啦。咁啊，呢個品牌其實都幾好嘅，因為我一嚟我就唔係好崇尚一啲咧，即係10個有9個人都係出邊街成日見到嘅牌子，即係例如 Canada Goose 啦。最大嘅賣點咧，我覺得呢個係即係佢係非常之收腰啦，即係你無論幾肥都好咧，都着到好似好瘦咁樣嘅樣啊，非常之保暖嘅。特別喺多倫多呢一個氣温嚟講咧，其實我覺得我無論裏邊着啲咩都好啦。我只要着咗呢件褸呢，係其實除咗我啲手腳係保唔到暖之外，其實其他地方都非常之保到，即係你一 cover 到呢，就其實好保暖啦。咁再加上佢呢度個 feature 呢，就係佢有 double zipper 啦，呢度面頭有一個啦，然之後佢裏邊有一個呢，一 zip 呢就 zip 到上頸位㗎啦。所以佢係即係保到你冇乜邊個位係保唔到咁滯咯。咁同埋呢個 fur trim 咧，佢個 design 係真係，因為我買嘅時候咧6年前都買㗎啦，但係嗰陣佢呢個 design 都比較係 one of a kind 嘅，即係佢個頂咧係斜斜地咁樣上落嚟咧，佢呢個 curve 係比較好似。點講咧，好 stylish 啦，同埋睇落我覺得好似好 elegant 啦。我唔知你覺唔覺？
係啊，我記得佢啱出呢個款嗰陣時候呢，啲女仔係趨之若鶩嘅，因為係佢 sell 係一個心形一個 heart shape 咁樣，呢個係佢一個特色之一嚟嘅。好多唔同牌子都抄咗咯，其實，但係當然佢最 original 嘅係 from Mackash 啦。好，咁等我介紹下我身上我着緊呢一件 Nobis 啦。其實 Nobis 咧佢個 background story 咧，都同 Canada Goose 係有淵源嘅。點解咧？因為Nobis 嗰個始創人咧，以前都係 Canada Goose 做過 VP Vice President 嘅。咁佢06年離開 Canada Goose 出嚟創立 Nobis 嗰陣時候咧，佢就希望可以做一系列新嘅羽絨褸，係比較適合 urban city 嘅一個 culture 啦。即係譬如可能係比較多功能性啊。佢有好多配件咧都係好百搭同埋好 versatile 嘅，即係譬如呢條毛領係可以拆得㗎啦，咁所以 so that 到暖啲春天嗰陣時，你都可以再着翻呢一件褸啦。咁佢唔係淨係呢一件褸個款係咁，而係大部分嘅褸呢一個都係一個 standard 嚟嘅。咁除咗呢一條之外，後面我呢一條毛領又係可以除得嘅。咁又係如果你譬如好似落大雪啊，或者比較凍嘅時候，你可以擺翻落去就比較保暖啲。又或者冇咁大雪冇咁凍嗰陣時，你可以拆咗佢，就唔使等你揸車嗰陣時會覺得好 bulky 咁樣啦。咁同埋你見到佢個 style 咧都係比較中性同埋 versatile 啦。佢有好多配件啊，好多 pockets 啊，咁係好適合。即係無論係男仔或者女仔着，即係譬如可能你成日都要喺個 city 度走嚟走去遊走嘅話咧，咁就好多 pocket。佢嗰陣時一出嚟創呢一條品牌嗰陣時候咧，佢都係希望所有嘅 Nobis 嘅褸咧嗰個 exterior 都可以係做到係 waterproof 啦、breathable 啦，同埋最緊要就係保暖。同埋呢件褸唔好睇佢咁厚咁 bulky， 其實佢以一件咁保暖咁喺佢個系列入面最厚嘅褸嚟講咧，其實一啲都唔重嘅，同埋着起上身係真係好暖。尤其是喺多倫多呢一個冬天真係凍起上嚟真係好金嘅城市咧，咁呢件係絕對可以發揮到佢嘅功用，係即係無論我哋而家喺出面咁耐咧，我都覺得仍然係好保暖嘅。所以我自己實測，我覺得係我自己好中意呢一個牌子嘅褸嘅。咁我身上而家着緊呢件咧係佢哋系列入面 最厚嘅，同埋都係長度最長嘅。應該3-4年前買啦，喺網上一個網站度買嘅。咁嗰陣時圍起都要1100-1200鬆啲啦。咁而家應該唔止，我諗應該都可能都再貴咗幾百蚊咁樣噶啦。但係呢幾年呢，多倫多個天氣呢都有少少回暖嘅跡象啦，冬天。咁所以我都係呢幾年係比較少着呢件褸嘅。Is there any advice you would give to people who are new to Toronto, especially in winter time?
Yeah, I mean, I personally like it. I know a lot of people don't because it is a little bit colder than maybe some of the new immigrants are used to, but that's kind of what makes Toronto special. We have a variety of seasons. I would say that, winter is crazy in the sense that one day it could be like heavy snow, ice pellets, and the next day it could be like almost spring-like weather, and so you definitely need a jacket that can kind of adapt to both.
Yeah. Versatile, right? Versatile is the key.
I actually live in Vancouver. I'm just visiting here for the holidays.
Oh, okay, great. So you would know the difference between the weathers in Toronto and in Vancouver for comparison. So my next question for you is that you are aware that people in Toronto and Vancouver, they dress differently, right? Especially in winter. What do you think about it?
So in Toronto, the cold is a bit drier. In Vancouver, it rains a lot, so the cold is a bit like wet. So you need to prepare for both, and you need to buy appropriate jacket. I think most people don't really think about like what jacket they buy. They just usually buy the most expensive one, like Canada Goose or like Nobis. But I don't think these jackets work the same way in Vancouver because you need to like layer a little bit more.
Right. So would you say that these would be too insulated, like for Vancouver weather? Like maybe something that's lighter but more layers would be better for Vancouver weather?
I think like there's different types of insulation layers, right? So like there's like 2 different types of like really popular layers. Just like down jacket, which is what everybody buys because it's like really nice and light, and those are usually the expensive ones too. And then there's synthetic ones, which is like polyester, which is supposed to like copy the same effects as down, but they're usually heavier. In Vancouver, because it's wet, down actually is not the best jacket because once down gets wet, it loses a lot of its power to retain the heat. You feel colder in general. And that's where the synthetic jacket comes in because like, synthetic or like polyester usually is naturally like moisture wicking, right? So it dries a little bit quicker.
Right.
So in Vancouver, you'll notice a lot of people, the popular brand there is Arc'teryx, which is like Gore-Tex.
Yeah.
And Gore-Tex is amazing because it's just like perfectly like wicking the moisture from the outside. And then they usually like add another insulating layer underneath. So I usually use this for like Vancouver, the outside one. I have a down insulating layer, which is good for Toronto, like dry weather.
Well, wow, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for the knowledge. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
香港嘅凍同埋多倫多嘅凍係有個氣温嘅分別啦。咁但係其實佢哋兩個都係比較乾啲嘅凍，會唔會係啊？
哦，即係溫哥華比香港更加濕凍啊！你意思係？
我覺得係嘅。但係喺溫哥華嚟講，當我去到嘅時候，着住呢件，咁我就覺得有你冇理，梗係會暖㗎啦，點會唔暖啫？但係唔知點解我去到咧，着住呢件嘅時候，唔知點解都係覺得會凍嘅。我覺得有可能係因為佢啲濕風咧吹入嚟嘅時候，佢啲濕氣咧係唔係100% 係擋到嗰隻風咯。即係濕凍同乾凍，我覺得喺加拿大嚟講都需要關注嘅一樣嘢嚟㗎。係咯。
即係可能唔同牌子就 serve 唔同嘅天氣，有唔同嘅 function 咁啦。咁所以即係呢邊東岸我哋比較流行嘅褸，即係譬如 Mackash 啊、Nobis 嗰啲，或者 Canada Goose 啊，其實都有好多唔同嘅選擇嘅，就或者可能大家中意嘅 style 嘅款都唔同，即係譬如可能 Jessie 啲靚女比較中意啲即係 fam 啲 女性化啲，即係好 stylish 嘅款。咁亦都有一啲即係可能係即係好似我呢啲比較中性少少嘅，中意啲可能男仔款、中性款嘅都有嘅。咁所以唔係話覺得天氣凍就冇話靚嘅選擇嘅褸咁啦。你認唔認同啊？
認同啊！
嗱，用家意見就係咁上下啦，又要功能性又要實用性，少不免都各有心頭好。每個牌子都有長處短處，價錢呢就大家都咁揦你，所以想揾件啱心水嘅絕世冬褸，都真係要各位自己試清楚諗清楚。如果你知道邊件冬天褸可以一件走天涯嘅話，不妨留言話我哋知啦。